With Time to Shrink. Today we are going to do what's for dinner this week video. So this has been a really weird week. I hurt my back and standing for even a few minutes is really hard. I haven't really been able to do much at all this week. So I'm going to show you some super easy meals, what we got on the table every night this week. We actually ended up with quite a bunch of really good meals despite the fact that I can't really stand for more than a minute or two at a time. So here we go. Grocery store around here, a local store, and in the back is a couple bottles of wine from Aldi. So this week we're mainly cooking out of our pantry, and the grocery haul was mainly a restock on things that were on sale. So let me walk you through it. I got a bunch of cold cuts. I have ham, capicola, pepperoni, provolone, and salami. I'm gonna make roll-ups, and I think that is gonna be really tasty. So totally gonna make roll-ups, and then of course the dog has to have something to drink right now. As always, it wouldn't be a haul without you drinking water, would it? Silly girl. Okay, so we got all of these, and that I'm gonna do in a food prep and just make these up in rolls with Italian seasoning and olive oil and vinegar and some shredded lettuce. It can be served as roll-ups, or you could actually cut it up and make salads out of it, but I think I'm gonna make a bunch of roll-ups, just have them pre-made and ready to pull out of the refrigerator. And then sausage was on sale, if you can tell. Everything was buy one get one free. So we got some sausage. What is this? This is the Cesapino. These here are actually already cooked and smoked. You just kind of heat them up. I usually chop them in pieces and heat them up, or you could throw it on the grill to heat up, but they're actually cooked. This one is one I've never tried before, and I just wanted to try. It's got cheese and jalapeno peppers in it. I did not... This is the problem with ordering online. You don't always know the full nutrition. So 2 carbs for 2... Is that right? 2 carbs for 2 ounces. So that's not awesome. This must have, yeah, this has a good amount of dextrose in it, like high up. So this is probably not ideal, but oh well. Some of theirs are very low carb, and some of them have some questionable ingredients. So anyways, we'll still enjoy it, but I probably wouldn't rebuy this one just because it's a little high carb. The andouille, their andouille is so good. I made a Cajun cauli rice with chicken and sausage the other week, and I loved it. So I got some more andouille since it was buy one get one free, so I could do that. I got just a regular country sausage because I think I'm gonna do biscuits and gravy again here soon. Hot dogs were on sale, and I've been craving hot dogs, and I really like this Nathan's, so I got some hot dogs and some buns for the kids. I thought I got more cream than that, but apparently I just got one. The smokehouse, this is why I go to Lowe's, y'all. They have a smokehouse in the store where they smoke bacon, they smoke meats, so they make all these sausages there. So I just really like that. So this is locally smoked fresh bacon. They smoke it there themselves, as I said, and it's just so tasty. I like to cook this up and prep and just eat on it. It is my favorite bacon, besides Aldi has a peppered bacon that I love too, but this one's awesome. And then I always like to have a ton of Italian sausage on hand, hot, spicy Italian sausage, and since it was buy one get one free, I got 4 pounds worth. So for all of this, we spent a total of $84.16. Meat adds up, y'all. It just does. I mean, this is a pretty hefty price tag for what you see here, and everything was buy one get one free pretty much. But you know, it is what it is. These cold cuts are not cheap. They're all boar's head. It just sounded really good, so I got it, but these were definitely not on the cheap end. Like, this is $13 just for this little packet right here. So that's what we got, and now we're just gonna jump into what's for dinner this week. I'm making some Italian roll-ups. So I've got ham, I've got pepperoni, I've got salami, I've got hot capicola, and we've got provolone cheese. A little bit of olive oil.
Your fancy Spanish olive oil.
Or a lot of olive oil.
Cut the carb wraps.
This is vinegar.
You do have cut the carb wraps.
Alright. So
now here's the trick.
here they are. Now
thinks
Hazel
she
thinks she would like them. I think they're really too thick.
Huge, babe.
Can I go this way?
Yeah.
Pull that way.
Oh my god.
I didn't think this through, y'all.
They're gonna be like this. They're gonna be like a
Hand me a
burrito.
knife. Hand me a knife. Don't make fun of me.
I'm not. I just. That's so much meat. You want the cheese, or you just gonna do one piece of cheese?
How good does this look, though?
Bro, it looks great.
No cheese?
No, there's cheese in it.
There's a big piece of cheese in it. Okay, this didn't really work out like I thought it would.
You know.
I thought these were gonna be cute little roll-ups, y'all.
You got like 40 pieces of meat in these things, babe.
Not rolling up very well. There.
There, perfect. That's what you wanted.
He's got the Mama Jamma ones,
I don't
the
eat one of
huge
these
ones.
now.
But I figured out if you put less meat in it, it rolls up better. So I'm making them, they're better now. What you think, Jay?
Oh, good.
I thought these would be really good for lunches.
They're great.
And you always start baking in a cold oven or on a cold stovetop. Never ever heat the pan before bacon. So we're gonna render this bacon down, and then we're going to build a chicken and mushroom and asparagus cream sauce type concoction. I don't know, sounded good in my mind. All right, our bacon's done. We're gonna pull this out of here, and then we're gonna cook our chicken in our bacon fat. Adding a little bit of butter to this to give me just a little bit more fat in the pan. All right, I've got spicy all-purpose seasoning on this chicken. I'm just gonna season this other side, spicy all-purpose. Flip these babies over. These mushrooms are just about done. I'm gonna add a good amount of roasted garlic. I made that last week. I'm gonna get that all stirred around, and then we're gonna pull the mushrooms off. I ended up adding a little bit of this Trader Joe's extra virgin olive oil to those mushrooms. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of it to the pan. And we're going to cook these asparagus. All right, I just fried those up in some butter and olive oil just for literally like 2 minutes. I'm gonna take that off, and then we're gonna build a sauce and add everything back in together. This is some roasted garlic. Chicken broth. We're deglazing the pan with this chicken broth. I've got this over like a medium low, but it was really hot. A little bit more chicken broth. Some heavy cream. Probably about 1/4 cup of that. Then we're gonna get this on a medium and just kind of get our sauce going. Gonna add a little bit more of this spicy all-purpose to season it up. Here's 2 ounces of cream cheese. We're gonna add that and just get this all melted down into a sauce. Okay, so we've got our sauce all kind of combined, and we are going to put the chicken, juice and all, right back in. Our asparagus and about half of these mushrooms and our bacon. Got this over a low heat, and I'm just gonna let it simmer just for about 5 minutes to make sure the chicken is cooked all the way through, and then dinner will be ready. I'm gonna serve it over pasta for the kids, and Jason and I will eat it just like this. How good does that look, y'all? Oh my gosh. A nice spicy sauce. I was gonna do a lemon sauce, but my lemons were no longer any good. So we went with like a spicy sauce, and I think it's gonna be really, really tasty. All right, y'all. Here's dinner. I tasted it. It is fabulous. I'm gonna let Jay taste it real quick. All right, y'all, don't mind the crazy, messy kitchen.
Right.
It's really good, right?
Yeah. That's great.
Oh my gosh, I am so happy with this dish.
Good.
So tasty. I'm gonna serve it over pasta for the kids, but we're gonna eat it just like this, and it is so good. Hey y'all, I just wanted to show you what I'm pulling out for dinner tonight. I hurt my back, and so have kind of been out of commission this week, and I meant to show y'all what we're eating for dinner, and I just haven't been. So last night I pulled some marinated pork chops out of the freezer, and Jason took over. He made a Caesar salad. I think he made rice for the kids, and he grilled that, and so that was an easy dinner that took zero effort from Mom. And then tonight we're gonna do barbecue, and the kids are probably gonna have barbecue nachos. Jason had smoked meat. This is from January actually, that we had some leftover barbecue that Jason had smoked, so I just cut into this and thawed it. I like to make things as flat as possible. They take up less room and they thaw really quickly. So this has thawed in about a couple hours, and it smells so good. So I'm gonna have a little bit of this barbecue myself, just with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Alterna Sweets barbecue sauce is a great option. And we have probably 4 or 5 times the amount of this barbecue left, so tomorrow they can either make more of these or they can eat it just as barbecue. Alright y'all, for dinner tonight my back is really hurting, so I just took 2 pieces of chicken and cut them in half so that they'd be thin. This took about 30 seconds. I put seasoning on one side, put them in my pan, and then we're gonna put seasoning on the other side. Today I am using some Greek seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and zest some lemon and put that. We have lemon to use up, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some zest of lemon right over there. This is just gonna be a Parmesan mayonnaise baked chicken. It's about as simple as it gets. I have this pesto sitting in the refrigerator, and I've been trying to find ways to use it up, so I'm gonna take 1 spoon. Actually, we're just gonna use it up. So this is mayonnaise and pesto, and then we are going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese right into this mix. These lemons are humongous, y'all, that Jason got at the store. Okay, so we're gonna do, that's not quite half a lemon's worth because it's a really big lemon. I didn't measure, but that was probably almost half a cup probably of mayonnaise. I didn't measure it, but I put that on there, and then you could stop right here and just cover it with some more Parmesan cheese. But I have my keto crumbs made up, like a ton of it. This is pork rinds, Parmesan cheese, and nutritional yeast. I almost always have this available. I just store it like this in my freezer, or sometimes I put it in mason jars. But I'm just gonna take some of this breadcrumb mixture and just put it right over the top, just to give it a nice crunchy, crispy top to it. If you don't have these crumbs, you could just top it with the Parmesan cheese, like I said. I'm gonna put this in a 400-degree oven. I'm guessing 20 minutes, but we'll check the temperature internally and see. So that literally is less than 5 minutes to put together. I mean, like Jason said, like 3 minutes probably. It's done, it's ready. Now all it has to do is like 20 minutes of baking, and we have some Caesar salad that we can serve on the side, or you could roast any kind of veggies on the side, a frozen thing of veggies on the side. It's super versatile, and you can change this up flavor wise by adding different flavors to the mayo. Out of the oven, it's got some nice crunchy crispy breadcrumb topping, my keto crumbs, and it smells really good. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes, and I did just go ahead and squeeze what I had left of that lemon right over the top of this. Hey y'all, I'm still not feeling really well, so we're going for another super simple dinner tonight. I had my husband brown up 2 pounds of ground beef, and I am just gonna turn it into like Sloppy Joe style. I don't have all of the ingredients that I usually use, so kind of just gonna wing it with what we have, but that's what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, and then I'll probably do some kind of frozen veggie on the side. So usually I would use like a hamburger seasoning, a Montreal steak seasoning, Keto Chop House, that kind of thing, but I don't have any of them. I'm completely out. So we're gonna use this Sunrise Cowgirl Coffee Rub, and we're probably just gonna put probably about a tablespoon in here, truthfully. Now I'm just gonna use some sugar-free ketchup. Usually, y'all, I use tomato paste and kind of build my own sugar-free ketchup, but I'm completely out of tomato paste, so we're gonna just take a little shortcut here and use a pre-done ketchup. We are going to take a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. All right, full transparency, y'all. Sunrise rub is one of my favorites. It is not good in combination with tomatoes. Oh my gosh, this tastes so gross. So full transparency, y'all, this was not a winner. I normally make sloppy joes, and I have a way I always make sloppy joes, but I decided to just kind of improvise with what I had, and it turned out horrible. So we got to figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. So right now is a time when I'm thankful for food prep, y'all. Y'all, somebody took the top off of this. Here's all the barbecue I have left. This is smoked pork, so the kids can have this in various ways. I could make like taquitos or something with this, but with my back hurting, I don't want to do anything that I'm having to stand for very long, so they'll use this. And then, oh, it's almost gone. This is an egg casserole that we have some of. And then we got a bunch of Brussels sprouts. So I'll probably have a steak and Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna have Jason grill me a steak, and the kids will have some variation of this. All right, y'all, for dinner tonight, we're kind of all over the place. We did another mystery box or mystery ingredient challenge tonight, so we're eating the leftovers from that. This is what's left from the mystery box or mystery ingredient challenge. It was my dad's turn, and I'm not gonna tell you what this is because you gotta go watch the mystery box challenge, but it's actually a really, really good casserole. And then what I had planned for dinner tonight was chicken salad chick came to our neighborhood. So I ordered 3 pounds of different chicken salads, and we were just gonna have that with pork rinds. And the kids, I got a few croissants for the kids to put it on. So I got 3 different kinds of this. So since we ended up having dinner with the mystery ingredient challenge, we'll just have this another night or have some of this on the side. But that was the plan. So I'm still really not feeling good. My back is still really bothering me, but we have found ways to either find easy things for me to throw together and cook. We ordered out this chicken salad chick. I roped my daddy into doing a mystery ingredient challenge, so I basically cleaned out my fridge and gave him the ingredients and had him make dinner. So it's all coming together, y'all. It's all coming together. We still have to eat, right? All right, tonight we are gonna do another super easy, super quick meal. But it actually looks kind of fancy. We're gonna do lemon and caper chicken in a white wine sauce. So we've got some oil and some butter melting in our pan. And I've got a bunch of chicken tenderloins. That was just what we had, so that's what we're gonna use. I'm gonna season these with Italian seasoning and garlic and herb seasoning. These 2 seasonings, Italian and garlic and herb, we're gonna throw that all on the chicken. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. Okay, we've got our onions starting to caramelize a little bit, so I'm going to add in some roasted garlic that I had made earlier, a couple weeks ago. It needs to get used up, so we're going to let that get cooked down a little bit. All right, so we've got our veggies where we want them. Now we're gonna deglaze our pan with some white wine. If you don't wanna use wine, you can just use chicken broth. And I don't usually measure this part. I probably need to next time I make it so I can give y'all exacts. And then you're just gonna let this be at kind of a medium high and let the wine cook down. I went ahead and took my lemons and I'm taking the zest off of my lemons. I'm gonna go ahead and add lemon juice. I'm doing 1 whole lemon in here. I'm gonna add a knob of butter because I just feel like it needed a little bit more fat. We're gonna let that melt down. All right, so when it gets down to this point where the wine has kind of reduced a good bit, you are now going to add some chicken broth, probably about ½ a cup, and we're going to do the same procedure, just kind of let it start to bubble up and start to cook down a little bit. Next thing we're going to add is some cream. That's heavy cream. As soon as this starts to bubble up again, if you're happy with the consistency and the amount of liquid, then you can go ahead and put your chicken back in. This chicken is not cooked all the way, y'all. So we're gonna add our chicken in and kind of bring it back down to just a simmer and let the chicken cook all the way through. I just browned it, so it needs to cook still. Okay, now that it's back up to a simmer, I'm putting it back to almost low. I am gonna go ahead and add some capers. Capers are totally optional. If you aren't a fan of capers, you don't have to add them. You can add all the brine or leave it out. I usually like to add the brine. I just think it's a nice briny flavor. So once that is all in, we are just gonna put a cover on this and let it simmer for 5 minutes or so and see if the chicken is cooked all the way through, and then it is ready to serve. I'm gonna make these keto low carb biscuits as a side tonight, mainly just because I've been craving a biscuit. These are 2 net carbs. They are phenomenal. They are so good. You literally just mix it with water and heavy cream. They don't have the best ingredients in the whole world. There's wheat, there's canola oil, there's dextrose. They're so good. And every once in a while, you just want a biscuit that tastes like a real biscuit. I have a recipe for biscuits that I think is really good, actually, but it's not as good as this. So if you're not gonna use wheat, you're not gonna get as good of a result. It just is what it is. So every once in a while we'll have these. I had Jason make these up for me, and now all I'm doing is forming them. So literally just about 5 minutes later, this is completely done, y'all. It is so good. Less than half an hour to put together. It's super, super easy. You don't need a lot of ingredients. You don't have to use the white wine if you don't have white wine. You totally can just use chicken stock. But this is so, so tasty, this sauce. Highly recommend this one, y'all. It's one of those meals that is crazy simple, super fast, but looks and tastes a lot more complicated. How simple and easy this is can be our little secret. Y'all make this and people will be impressed. You spent less than 30 minutes in the kitchen total. It's so good. I could just eat the sauce with a spoon. Slurp it up. I just realized I didn't show y'all the biscuits. They are really, really tasty. Last time they didn't spread out this much. They were a little taller. I don't know what the difference is, but they're super, super tasty, y'all. So they are very much like a real biscuit. They're super tasty. So here is dinner. I cut up my chicken and put a bunch of the sauce on because I love this sauce. And then I'm gonna have one of these biscuits with it and finish this glass of wine. So that's what we had for dinner this week, y'all. I hope you had fun hanging out with us and seeing what we came up with when we needed to find really, really easy, simple, quick, throw together meals. Bye, y'all. Be blessed.